We got black F-150.
A late-night stop along a desolate Tennessee highway.
Hey, what's going on, buddy?
In the back of the truck, agents discover nearly $1 million in illegal marijuana they say is tied to Chinese organized crime, an increasingly common sight across our nation's constellations of interstates and highways. This is Interstate 40 in West Tennessee. It goes from California all the way to North Carolina. It's one of the most popular routes for smuggling drugs and money in the United States. We were granted exclusive access to the West Tennessee Drug Task Force, local law enforcement now facing down a global criminal enterprise. Over the course of 2 nights, we watch as officers surveil, stop, and search vehicles committing traffic violations they also suspect of transporting illegal contraband, including this SUV heading east.
You can see these 2 guys right here. They were both in the car, and my understanding is they gave the special agents each different stories, which is reason enough, they say, for them to start searching the car. That's what they're doing right now.
After a thorough search, no drugs were found, and these drivers are sent on their way. But that's not always the case, as with that late-night traffic stop. This is what $1 million in weed looks like.
It's what $1 million looks like in Tennessee.
Task Force Director John Carter says they're seeing more loads like this and suspects one international crime group to be behind much of it.
Chinese characters right here on the outside of this trash bag. Is that a common sight for you these days?
It is a common sight, yes.
And what does that say to you about where this is coming from and where it might be going to?
As soon as we saw the Chinese writing, we suspected right off it was coming from Oklahoma.
We've seen firsthand how Chinese groups are operating in several states, including Oklahoma. Now the DEA says it's an expanding phenomenon.
We've identified in 23 states that Chinese organizations have taken over the cultivation of marijuana.
The DEA also acknowledged for the first time what NBC News has been reporting since 2022, a notable uptick in the number of illicit marijuana cultivation sites linked to Chinese organized crime, with proceeds used to fund other criminal activities like drugs, money laundering, and human trafficking, like the victims we met at an illegal grow in the Mojave Desert.
The person or people who brought you here, did they tell you the truth about what you were coming to do?
No,
they didn't tell her that.
What happens at these grow sites is only the tip of the iceberg. This year, 2 Chinese nationals were convicted of illegally trafficking 27 tons of marijuana from Oklahoma, and 7 others have been federally charged with laundering more than $100 million in drug proceeds from Mexican cartels. Those prosecutions, however, haven't stopped drug, money, or human smuggling here along I-40, where interdictions continue on a regular basis.
Does it concern you that international criminal organizations might be responsible for this type of drug trafficking going through West Tennessee?
Sure, yeah, they're operating here in America. And from our point of view and our point of view only, it's seemingly almost unchecked because we're just getting so much of it.
Transnational crime on local roads still speeding ahead. Jacob Soboroff, NBC News, Memphis, Tennessee.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.